morning, 5th graders. Today we are going to be learning about pollution and how it affects our environment. I'm going to show you a little simulation of what our oceans and freshwaters would be looking like if we continue at the rate that we are currently going at, and how pollution is deeply, deeply affecting our environment. So you see my little fish tank here. We're going to pretend this is my ocean. You can see the little fishy swimming around in there. There he is, nice and cute in his fresh water. Now, this is what it's going to look like when a lot of pollution is added into our freshwater base. So my green here, this is going to be my pesticides. I'm going to add a few drops in there. My red, this is going to be my chemicals. I'm going to add a few drops in there. I'm also going to add some trash. And then I'm going to add my bacteria from my trash. Add those drops in there. Let me see. Next, I'm going to add my oil. Ugh, gross. And then I'm going to add my plastic. These plastics can come from the soda bottles that are normally sold at the grocery store. Some people don't know that you're actually supposed to cut them up so the animals don't get stuck inside. I'm going to go ahead and add that in there. Mix it up. Now, as you can see, you can no longer see the fish. All those little things floating inside of there are the trash. This is what our oceans will look like if we continue to pollute our water. Now, we are going to start our lesson. Does anybody have any idea what pollution is? Audrey, go ahead.
I think pollution is stuff that is not supposed to be in the environment.
Excellent, Audrey. I love that answer. Thank you so much. Does anybody else want to share? Marissa, go ahead.
Okay. So, pollution is a form of substance like oils and plastic.
Plastics, excellent. I love those answers. So today we're going to learn a little bit more about these types of pollution and how it affects us. All right, let me go ahead and begin. So, effects of pollution. Our objective for today, we'll be able to identify and discuss various sources of pollution and discuss and explain why it is important to keep the environment free of pollution. These are our standards right here. So what exactly is pollution? Pollution is an accumulation of wastes that are not biodegradable, meaning that they aren't able to absorb into our soils, and that could be really detrimental in the long run. Other types of pollution include water contamination, such as oil spills, trash in the water, or even chemical spills. Trash in the ocean can affect wildlife. And another form of pollution is the pollution in the air due to factory emissions, wildfires, and car exhaustion. Now, why is pollution bad for our environment? It's very harmful to our wildlife. It can be very destructive to animals' habitats. Over 1 million sea mammals are killed per year due to complications as a result of pollution. This here is the picture of the plastic thingies that I was showing you. Those can get wrapped around animals' necks, and that can cause them to suffocate, or even worse sometimes, they might even die. Now here's the picture of a duck covered in oil from an oil spill. 80% of pollution in marine water comes from land runoff or oil spills, and it can be very poisonous if absorbed into the oil and ingested by animals. Aside from being harmful to wildlife, it can also be really harmful to humans. Long-term exposure to air pollution can lead to respiratory diseases or cancer. It can also contaminate our water sources, making it very dangerous to consume. And it can be dangerous to our own habitat. Humans accumulate over 258 million tons of waste per year, which in return affects both our environment and our wildlife. How can we do our part? We can do our own part by picking up our own trash, being mindful of waste, reducing, reusing, and recycling. Now, are we ready to show off our new skills with some Kahoot? I'm going to go ahead and go to our screen, so go ahead and get your devices ready. and you're going to type in this game pin and put your nickname, and give me a thumbs up when you are all ready to go. I'll go ahead and give you a few minutes. Thank you, Marissa. Thank you, Anthony and Audrey. We're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to press start right here, and I will get ready to go. All right, so what is an example of pollution? Oil spills, plastic in the ocean, chemicals in drinking water, or all of the above? Excellent job. All of the above. Who does pollution affect? Only humans? Only dogs and cats? Humans and wildlife, or only sea creatures? Good. Good. Now, true or false? Americans produce 258 million tons of waste per year. True, yes. As we talked about, Americans do produce a ton of waste per year that often goes into our oceans or even on our streets. Now, question number 4. 80% of pollution in marine water comes from land runoff. True or false? True. Like we spoke about, a lot of our pollution does come from land runoff. And our last one. How can we do our part to reduce pollution? Only drive our cars at night, leave our trash at the park, pick up our own trash, or use plastic straws? Excellent job. Pick up our own trash is one of the ways we can reduce pollution. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go back to our presentation. Now, just to review. Causes of pollution and who it affects. It can be caused by overaccumulation of waste and or contamination of freshwater sources. It can be caused by factory and car emissions. And someone who can affect every living thing on earth, including you. How can we do our part? We can do our part by being mindful of waste, picking up our trash, reducing, reusing, and recycling. So what exactly is next? Tonight you will be completing a worksheet linked below. This will be your homework for tonight. So you're going to go ahead. You are going to go ahead and you will copy and you will paste into your browser. And there are 4 questions for you to answer. Tomorrow morning, I would like to see those completed. Go ahead, whenever you finish them, you can send them back to me, and we will discuss them tomorrow. Now, I would like to thank you all for participating in today's assignment. I look forward to learning more about this topic tomorrow, and I hope we all enjoy the rest of our day. Thank you.